This is a question I get asked all the time, and frankly, it's something that I could probably talk about all day. But I've tried to break it down into 5 easy ways that truck wrecks are different than ordinary car wrecks. So number 1, the most obvious way that truck wrecks are different is that they involve semi-trucks that are frankly much, much larger than an ordinary automobile that's on the road. Trucks can weigh up to 80,000 pounds, which makes them 20 times larger than your average car that's on the road. This means that there's more likely to be more severe damage to the car in a truck wreck case, and it means that truck wreck cases are more likely to involve serious injuries or death. The number 2 way that truck wrecks are different is that determining who's at fault in the wreck can be much more complicated in a truck wreck case. In a car wreck case, typically you have 2 choices. It's driver 1 or driver 2 that's at fault. In a truck wreck case, trucks are like rolling corporations. It could be the driver that's at fault for the crash. It could be the company that hired him, trained him, and put him on the road. It could be a third company that's responsible for maintaining things like the brakes or the tires on the truck. It could be the shipper, the company that loaded the truck, the company that brokered the load, and the list could go on from there. The number 3 way that truck wrecks are different than car crash cases is the evidence that's involved in them. Truck have lots of data on them. They may have an ECM or a black box type recorder that tells us what the truck driver is doing. It may have electronic driver logs and many other things that may be physically on the truck. The trucking company is also required to keep lots of documents about their driver, how they trained him, how he's qualified, past wrecks that he's been involved in. So truck wrecks tend to be much more data intensive and document intensive than ordinary car crash cases. A 4th way that truck crash cases are different is that the rules of the road for truck drivers are different than for ordinary drivers. Truck drivers are professional drivers. They typically have a Class A CDL, and they're tested on the rules and regulations in the CDL manual. In most cases, truck drivers are also regulated by the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration and have to follow the rules and regulations that they put down. Finally, the 5th way that truck crash cases are different than ordinary car crash cases is that they involve different attorneys on the defense side. Trucking companies tend to hire aggressive lawyers that are knowledgeable in the trucking industry and that work quickly and aggressively to protect the needs of the truck driver and the trucking company. So that's why it's so important that folks that are involved in a truck wreck find attorneys that are competent and have specialized knowledge of truck wrecks and the trucking industry.